Hi everybody, it's me Maria with Nail Nation on Facebook and Nail Nation 3000 here on YouTube. Just wanted to do a tutorial for you with a really pretty deep purple base with a holographic tip using Hexi glitter to do a gradient pattern. And it's super simple and actually very easy. You can substitute what I'm using here for loose glitters that are these Hexi glitters here, or other gold glitters or hollow glitters that you might have. Of course, you can change the colors up. And this one here is actually the Milani Gems collection, and it's just called Gold number 531. And this is Siberian Nights by OPI, and as you can see, it's just a really deep purple. In some photographs it sort of turns up black with the gold against it, but it's actually purple. And if you watched our how to polish video, this is the color that we used. So you're going to apply your base coat and 2 coats of your color, and you're going to let that dry completely and add your top coat before going to the next step. And for any of you who are curious as to what's on my other hand, it's Model's Own Indian Ocean, and it's just a really pretty soft blue that reflects like a pink. It's really, really cute. You're going to see this in several videos today because I'm going to keep it simple on one hand. So the first step is you're going to need to use a tool like this or like this to control your glitter, because you really want to be able to A, not waste the glitter, and B, know how much you're using for specific projects. It'll be a little easier for you to repeat the process, especially if you're going to do it on someone else as well. You can use top coat for this step. If you have a suspension base like this, I would recommend it only because it's just a little bit more pliable and it doesn't dry up quite as fast as the top coat does. So use a looser top coat for this if you're using top coat. And you're going to need a little sponge like these. So what you're going to do, and this is just how I did them, and if you have another process, if you like to mix your glitters first, or if you have a glitter polish, you can use it as well. But I just used my little palette here, and I put a scoop and then about a half a scoop of our glitter there, and I kind of spread it out. For the purpose of sponging, I pour a little bit of my suspension base into it. This is where you would do it with the top coat if you don't already have it mixed in, or a glitter polish that you're using. If you're using free glitter, this is how. If you're using loose glitter, this is just how I do it, because you won't waste the glitter, because the top coat or your suspension base will grab it up. And I just kind of stir it up here on the palette. And I'm going to take my smaller sponge here, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to gather up a lot of glitter. Now at first you want to do it a couple of times on here because the sponge will be dry, so it's going to kind of soak it up. And straight across just at the tip, like I'm doing a French, I'm going to just sponge a couple of times. This does not have to be completely opaque, does not have to have a special gradient pattern. It's super quick. See, like this. And then we're going to do it here on the thumb so you can see. And you can do more of the glitter or less of the glitter. This is really just to give it more of a multi-dimensional look behind the Hexi glitter. And what I recommend that you do, if you're going to another step and you're going to come back to your sponge, clip off that moist part of your sponge so that it doesn't ruin the rest of it, because your sponges will last a lot longer. You can get more use out of them. And now we're going to take the Hexi glitter. Now if you're using loose Hexi glitter, you're going to do that same process, kind of like what I did with the glitter on a palette, and then you can use a brush or a polish brush to manipulate them on your fingers. Now, if you're doing it on someone else, of course, you're going to do it from this angle where you're coming from this way. If you're doing it on yourself, I recommend holding your hand this way where your tip is facing you so that you can see where you're dragging your glitter. So you want to take a nice amount of the glitter at first, and you're just going to kind of dollop it on at first, and it's going to kind of be like a blob there. And then you just get a little bit more and then brush off the excess. And what you want to do is spread them from side to side so that they're from free wall to free wall. And then you just want to gently drag them down on the nail and kind of make it organic. Don't try to make them like all match. Don't try to worry about them being uniform. Because with the Hexa glitter, you want it to sort of be a gradient sort of look, so you want them to kind of get thinner as they get further down on the nail. Stopping them around the middle of the nail. You may have a few that kind of come a little lower. And you're just going to repeat this process on each nail. This is a really, really simple design, and you can also change it up and use black Hexa glitter with white tips and, you know, a colored base that's neon even. There's lots of options for this that will give it a totally different effect. And like I said, it doesn't need to be like super perfect, but you can kind of smooth them around if you don't like the way they're kind of clumping together, or if you see a gap and you just kind of want more there. Now I'm going to show you how to do it from this angle as well in case you're doing this on someone else. You want to take your brush and just gently slide it off, and it's going to come off in like a little ball there. Do just enough appropriately for the size of the nail that you're doing. You're going to use your brush and you're going to gently push forward and from side to side, kind of almost in a swirling motion. Then you just gently push them down from that center area where it's the thickest. And then you can gently take your brush back over the edge there. And if there's anything extra, you can just gently brush it away. When working with Hexa glitters and these gummy bases, it's really good to work with a little bit of an excess amount and then just gently drag it away. And I can take my orange wood stick here and move the ones that are very close to the edge. Kind of move these around. Okay, so you're going to apply 2 coats of top coat, but first apply your first coat almost immediately after you finish your 10th nail on that last nail, and let it set for 15 minutes minimum, because you're dealing with a lot of base at the top there, and you want to give that an opportunity to set. And the reason you want to go ahead and apply your quick drying top coat is so that it has a chance to set and not be gummy or sticky. And again, it's highly recommended that you do this in a room that has a really good level temperature, because if it's too warm, the polish will stay gummy too long. If it's too humid or cold, the polish can gum up and not dry underneath. We're just doing the top coat here. And this is also very stunning with reds. You can play with this and use any colors you like. It's just kind of a fun way to make your nails kind of look like jewelry. It's a really fun